I just don't think it's fair that we have to wear masks when our governor can go to a football game with over 70,000 people unmasked. I'm just following the governor's example. When he puts a mask on, I'll put a mask on.
I get it. I saw it too. I understand. It's very frustrating. At the same time, we have to meet what our school expectations are.
And what are those?
And that you are masked when you're inside. All people, staff, students, guests, parents.
And yet half the kids wear their mask under their nose and under their chin and right here under your mouth. So what's the problem with not even wearing one at all when I'm just going to pull it down?
Well, that's not the expectation.
And yet half the students are doing it.
I don't know about that. Every classroom I go into, I do not see that. Students have their masks up. Students get sent down here for not having their masks up.
I just don't see the problem. When everybody around me is wearing a mask, then what's the problem?
I understand. I'm not going to argue with you about it because whether I agree or disagree is not the point. And I do not make the rules, but I do have to make sure that they're being followed.
Well, it's just stupid. I'm not going to put a mask on because we cannot live in fear.
I understand, Madison.
If you understand, then you will not make me put a mask on.
I understand, but it is also my job to make sure that we are all following the rules.
Nobody ever follows the rules, and not even our governor.
Oh, I'm not in charge of our governor.
And the governor is in charge. And I'm following his example, we are supposed to.
I understand. So, bottom line, if you're not going to wear a mask, I can't have you at school.
Call my mom. I'd like you to call my mother.
Okay, great.
If my school district goes masks optional, since people seem to be doing that now, I am putting every fucking mask I own on my face. If you do not have a mask on, do not come near me. I hate and nobody better try to mask shame me. If they're walking by and I have my masks on, do not say a damn word to me because I will throw a child at you. I will pick up the first child that passes and I will throw them at you.
Nobody locks my kid in a goddamn library. This is not a detention camp. This is an educational facility. Look me in the eye then. Don't just sit here and look at your phone.
Chris,
I need to get my daughter.
I
don't know. What library was my kid in? Because nobody locks my kid in a fucking library. In the main office.
Where's the main office? Right here.
Go left.
You can find out the library and I can find out more information.
Hello, my name is Ella Nahum, and I'm a student at New West Charter School, and I'm here with 5 other girls. 4 of them are freshmen, 1 is a junior, I'm a sophomore, and we're being threatened to be suspended because we don't have the COVID-19 vaccine, and we're being refused of the right to attend school.
We feel segregated and discriminated.
And we're being closed off by this caution tape-like thing. We're being segregated from the rest of the school. Yeah.
Thank you for teaching students that our own mental health is much less important than making triple vaccinated adults feel safe. Thank you for teaching me that even the most minute risk is not worth taking. Life is best when you take the path of least resistance, with no chance of failure and definitely no chance of catching a cold. Thank you for not reaching out to the students to ask how we feel about masks, because if you did, the majority of students would say that they hate masks, and then you might second guess your decision to make us wear them. Thank you for allowing me to experience the anxiety associated with never seeing facial expressions. Thank you for teaching us that we should never question authority or think critically, but instead we should follow whatever the people in charge tell us to do. Obedience is best. I realize now that thinking for yourself is overrated and not really necessary when you can just make decisions based on fear. Thank you for pushing your irrational fears and anxieties on me, because I didn't already have enough to worry about. I realize now how easy I had it when I only had to worry about my classes, my grades, SAT, and getting into college. Thank you for teaching me that being a morally superior person only requires that I cover my face for 8 hours a day, and that the most morally superior people wear 2 masks or even 3 masks. As you know, states around us, Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, and Minnesota, which have 2.5 times more students than Illinois, don't force kids to wear masks. I'm with you though. These states are out of control, recklessly putting kids at risk of misery and death every day. Masks work, even if these states have the same outcomes as Illinois. Speaking of data, thank you for staying silent about masking, despite the fact that COVID has a very high survival rate in kids my age. Who needs data anyway, though? We all know that it will never be safe to see anyone's face ever again.
Which one is this one? I think the top one is the pepperoni.
Hi, dear. Sorry about the markdown. This is a new system.
That's okay. It looks pretty fancy.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I'd like to make a Deliria pizza for my kids.
Okay, do you have a mask with you?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll have to meet you out front then.
Thank you very much.
So you see what the cheese one to go separate?
Yeah, the cheese one we're gonna give that for the staff.
Because the kids wanted the pepperoni version.
Yeah, that's the cheese, right?
In a caring manner and in our caring culture. So as you'll see here, this is our redirection or support plan for students if we have to redirect students to wear face masks in school. Again, we would have our staff that are working directly with students to, in a caring culture, in a respectful way, to redirect students and encourage them to wear their face mask. If there are still challenges with compliance after that redirection with that particular staff member, then we would solicit the support of our student service personnel, so school counselors, social workers, psychologists, to again engage in dialogue and to work with our students to get them to comply with the face mask regulation and FCPF. And if we still need some additional support, we would then engage with our parents and guardians to have a conversation as to how we might be able to support the student in wearing a face mask. Again, reminding that the safety of the student and the safety of others is paramount as we proceed with in-person learning in FCPS. If we've exhausted this tiered approach to redirecting and supporting students in a positive and a caring cultural way, students who would not comply would be excluded from in-person instruction, as our face mask regulation is a part of our dress code, and that is connected to our students' rights and responsibilities. Again, we celebrate that our students have done a phenomenal job, as shown on our slide before. And we know that we can continue to work collaboratively to keep that good track record moving forward for the health and safety of all.
Students outside playing at recess and eating their lunches in cold weather. One mom kept her son home.
And all his windows were open, and he was shivering and asked if they could shut the windows, and his teacher responded with no, that the rule is she has to keep them all open.
Others posted on Facebook claiming their children came home crying after a frigid day, but many say the open-air lunch routine is a good idea.
It's cold, we bundle them up and we try to make the best of it, but they're doing fine.
If you log onto the Salem School District's website and pull up the COVID-19 policy, item number 5 says students are encouraged to eat outside if the temperature is 20 degrees or higher, and classroom windows are to be cracked open no matter how cold it is.
We make decisions that we think are in the best interest of kids, but we also know that not everyone's going to agree, and we'll work with families.
Personally, I don't think that the temperatures right now in Massachusetts are suitable for children to be going outside and eating their lunch.
you